team, she is doing big things again. I said in the first segment, named CIAA Coach of the Week. Big things are going, Coach Alexander Pompey. And without further ado, we're going to get into the Shaw Bears Scoreboard. Head coach Nadia Alexander Pompey and the Bears track and field team hit the road to participate in the Johnson C. Smith Invitational in Charlotte, North Carolina. The squad has been on a tear lately, and Coach Pompey was recently named CIAA Coach of the Week. The Lady Bears took home 2 first-place finishes in the Johnson C. Smith Invitational from a pair of Kingston, Jamaica natives. Sophomore Katie Ann Went placed first in the 800 meters, and freshman phenom Typha Saunders continues her impressive season by winning the shot put. Other notable finishes: Went placed second in the 400 meters. Also, fellow sophomore Tiara DeRosa placed third in the shot put. The next meet for the Lady Bears track and field team is April the 13th when they participate in the North Carolina A&T Aggie Invite in Greensboro. For more information, go to shawbears.com. We move on to women's tennis, where head coach Sunday Initan's squad continued their dominant play, extending their winning streak to 14 straight with an 8-1 win over visiting Johnson C. Smith. The Lady Bears swept all 3 doubles matches and all but one of the singles matches. Marilyn Kamene, Cameron Madison, Andriana Martic, Simbiat Aline, and Helena Fekete all won their singles matches. They are 14-1 overall and 9-0 in CIAA play. They return to the court April the 9th on the road versus Winston-Salem State University. First match is set for 2 p.m. For more information, visit shawbears.com. Moving on to men's tennis, as they also shut out Johnson C. Smith 9-0 to pick up their 3rd win of the season. The doubles teams won their matches 3-0. Oscar Del Granado and Ganadaji Makambwa, Daniel Acey and Destiny Udofo, and Rocco Baldone and Junior Davis Bablola. They also won their doubles matches. Shaw also swept their singles matches in impressive fashion. Destiny Udofi, Daniel Ock, and Enrico Baldone all won their singles matches 6-love. Next match is at home April the 9th versus Salem at 1 p.m. For more information, visit shawbears.com. Next, we move on to softball action, as head coach Daishandra Gori and her Lady Bears softball team were back in action this week on the road in Salisbury, North Carolina, taking on the Lady Bears of Livingstone in a doubleheader. The Lady Bears hadn't played a game since March the 18th, but they showed 0 signs of rust. Shaw pounded out 27 hits and scored a whopping 22 runs in just 5 innings, behind the stellar hitting of junior Kiana Rogers, who went 5 for 5 with 3 RBIs and 5 runs scored in a 22-1 Shaw win. Senior Brittany Kane also put on a show at the plate in the win, going 4 for 4 with 6 RBIs. Frances Perry and Shaniqua Faha, impressive pitching performances, only allowing 4 hits in the win. In Game 2, it was much of the same. The mercy rule was in full effect. Shaw put up 21 runs, 12 in the first 3 innings, and root to a 21-5 shellacking of Livingstone. Amanda Ortiz and Frances Perry combined for the win and allowed only 2 hits. The 2 wins moved the Lady Bears to 8-12 overall and 6-2 in CIAA play. Next softball game is set for April the 11th at Johnson C. Smith. 3 p.m. is the first pitch. For more information, visit shawbears.com. And that was your CIAA scoreboard. Let's pause for station identification.
You are now listening to the Shaw Report with Damian Banks.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to the Shaw Report. A lot of things going on in the world of athletics at Shaw University. If you need to know anything regarding scheduling, staff, roster identification, go to shawbears.com. Softball is having a really good season. Track and field is having a good season. The football team just finished their spring game. I expect big things from them in the upcoming 2018 season. A lot of great things going on in the world of Shaw University athletics. And if you're an alum or a fan of Shaw University, you should be very proud, and you should also give back to the school. It's really important for alumni and the fan base to give back to the university. So, if you got money to spare, it doesn't have to be $100,000. It doesn't have to be $1,000. If you got $10, if you got $20, give back back to the program, help these student athletes win these championships, help your university, be the best university that it can be. Next, we're going to get into the CIAA Scoreboard. Rough week for out-of-conference games for CIAA softball teams. We start on Tuesday as Mount Olive defeated Winston-Salem State 13-2 in 5 innings of Game 1 of their doubleheader, and Mount Olive also won Game 2 10-8. On Wednesday, UNC Pembroke took care of Fayetteville State 12-3 in Game 1 and 6-0 in Game 2. Thursday, Morris topped Livingstone 11-3 in Game 1 of their doubleheader and won Game 2 16-2. Next, we move into CIAA action. Friday, St. Aug's took a pair from Johnson C. Smith 10-2 in Game 1 and 9-7 in Game 2. Fayetteville State and Winston-Salem State split a pair of games over the weekend, with the Lady Bears winning 6-5 in Game 1 and the Lady Rams winning 12-2 in 5 innings in Game 2. Virginia Union and Bowie State also split their doubleheader, with the Lady Bulldogs squeaking out a 4-2 win in Game 1, while the Lady Panthers got their revenge in Game 2 with a 12-2 victory. Chowan blanked Elizabeth City State in their doubleheader, 10-0 in Game 1 and 9-0 in Game 2. And lastly, Virginia State took a pair from Lincoln, 13-1 in Game 1 and 14-0 in Game number 2. And that was your CIAA Scoreboard. Well, ladies and gents, boys and girls, I think I've taken up way too much of your time. I hope you guys enjoyed this latest installment of the Shaw Report. Do remember, go to shawbears.com to download this podcast, download any other podcast that you would like to listen to, find out any information you would like dealing with Shaw University athletics. Also, the Shaw Report can be found on iTunes. Search the Shaw Report. Also on Spreaker.com/sports by Damien and many other social media outlets. Remember, don't ever take no for an answer. And if the door is locked, dig a tunnel underneath the building and sneak your way in. My name's Damian Banks. You've listened to the Shaw Report. I got 2 words for you people. I'm gone.
We invite you to our house. That's 109. Just make sure you wipe your feet at the door. 109 Cushman Street, Durham, North Carolina. Make a right on Wedge, then a left on Walton, and in the middle is where you find us. That's Durham Street. Past the Gooches, McNair's, and the Colemans. Miss Elaine taking clothes off the line. It's time to fold. Fold them clothes, boy. Pop sitting in his folding chair, underneath the tree working on a lawnmower.
Hand me a flathead, boy.
Said your work just getting started, boys.
Listen up.
It's too early for an encore.
Come on.
Mama tatted on my arm, sipping on the other one. Really though, liquor store flow like I'm 21.
I'm younger than many, but I got the older soul. They say I'm hard to decipher, I'm so Morris code.
We just try and eat with a bowl, but my porridge cold. I know who my daddy is, ain't no more at Popish Show.
and 14 and